Good morning and welcome. This is Radhesham Bairagi again here. Till yesterday we have completed shear force and bending moment diagram, right? This is the part 2. We have completed 50 MCQs in your previous lecture of SFD and BMD. Now let us start from the 51. Yesterday I have told one answer. The bending moment for an overhanging beam is shown in the figure. So figure is what? See, there is a point where A, B, C, D, E, F, G points are there. A beam is there. Point A, the bending moment is starting from point A, moving downward, then coming back and reaching to point C in the circular arc, and coming to E, and then F, and then G. So it will come like the scene this way. This way will be seen. One circle is there, and then the upward flow, upward line is there from both the points. So the question is asking how many point of contrafracture could be included. So there is two contrafracture. One is at the point C where that line will meet, and another is point at E where the line is again meeting. So it is the changes of sign of bending moment, right? So if you will change the sign, that point would call contrafracture, right? So let us start. Next question number. The point of zero bending moment where the continuous curve of bending moment changes sign is called the point of contrafracture. This is the definition which we have completed in the previous question. I am again telling point of contrafracture. This is very important question. Many times it is asked in the various civil engineering exams. The point of zero bending moment where the continuous curve of bending moment changes sign. It comes from the plus to minus or minus to plus. That is called point of contrafracture, right? Next, ratio of maximum bending moment and shear force in a cantilever beam of unit length loaded with UDL is 0.5. For a cantilever beam with a uniformly distributed load W per unit run carried for an entire span of length L, then the maximum bending moment will be WL square by 2. This formula you need to remember directly. Next, if a simply supported beam of 5 meter span carries a point load of 100 kN at 2 meters from LHS, the maximum bending moment on it is what? That is, you can calculate WA L minus A upon L. You can calculate. You will put the value. When you will put the value of W and A, you will find the answer. Formula again I am telling, WA cosec L minus A upon L, right? So answer will come 120 kilonewton meter. Next question. A simply supported beam of span L is subjected to 2-point load W at quarter span points. The variation of bending moment dm by dx in between the loading point will be 0. Okay. Next, a 2-span continuous beam having equal spans each of length L is subjected to UDL of W per unit run over the whole beam. The beam has constant EI, that is called flexural rigidity. The bending moment at the middle support will be WL square by 8, right? Next, a 2-span continuous beam having equal spans each of length L is subjected to UDL W per unit length. The beam has constant EI. The reaction at the middle support will be 5WL by 8, and the bending moment at the middle support will be WL square by 8 with this 2-span continuous, right? And the beam has constant. The reaction at the middle support will be WL by 8, and the bending moment at the middle support will be WL square by 8, right? Next, the reaction at the middle support will be 5WL by 8, and the bending moment at the middle support would be WL square by 8. Please correct, right? A beam supported on more than 2 supports is called continuous. A beam is said to be overhanging beam if one end or both the ends of beam projects beyond the supports. That is called overhang. This definition can be asked. In the next, a statement is given. If a simply supported beam of uniform cross section is subjected to a clockwise moment at the left support and an equal anti-clockwise moment at the right support, then what happens? BMD will be in the shape of rectangle. This is correct. SFD will be a straight line coinciding with the base. SFD means shear force diagram. BMD means bending moment diagram. This is also correct. Deflection curve will be in the shape of a circular arc. This is also correct, right? Next, the shear force is usually associated with bending moment in a fixed beam having a uniformly distributed load over the whole span. If the fixed end moments will be calculated by the formula WL square by 12. Please remember, the shear force on a beam causes linear transverse displacement, right? The shear force on a simply supported beam is proportional to algebraic sum of the transverse forces of the section, right? Next, the bending moment is maximum on a section of a beam where shear force is changes sign. A simply supported beam of length 3A supports 3 separate loads. The load at center is 2P, while the loads at distance A from each support are P each. What will be the maximum shear force in the beam? 2P. Next, one statement is given bending moment of beam. Find the false statement we need to find. First, the slope of bending moment diagram is equal to shear force. Correct. The slope of shear force diagram is equal to the load intensity. This is correct. Please remember, two definitions are there. The slope of bending moment diagram is equal to shear force. The slope of shear force diagram is equal to load intensity. These two definitions are important. Next, the second, derivative of displacement is equal to the curvature. This is also correct. So what is incorrect? The slope of the curvature is equal to the flexural rotation. This is incorrect. Okay. Next, under a beam loading condition, if the bending moment is constant over a certain span length, then the shear force would be 0. Next, shear force is the first derivative of bending moment. Correct. Okay. The prismatic beam of length L and fixed at both ends carries a uniformly distributed load. The distance of points of contrafracture from each end will be 0.211 L. Please remember, they can give the length and you need to find it. A prismatic beam of length L and fixed at both ends carries a uniformly distributed load. The distance of points of contrafracture from each end will be 0.211 L. L is the length. In case of 2-point loading condition, shear span is defined as the zone where shear force is constant. That is called shear span, right? A simply supported beam is subjected to external moment of MC at center of beam. What is the shear force at the point of application of moment MC upon L? Please remember, direct formula we need to remember. Next, what is the maximum shear force in cantilever beam subjected to UDL varying load of W per unit length? That is called WL by 2. Next, the maximum bending moment M caused by a concentrated load W at the midspan of a simply supported beam. M is equal to WL by 4. Next, the shear force and bending moment is 0 at the free end of a cantilever beam if it carries point load at the middle of its length, right? The fixed end moment FEMA and FEMB for the beam shown. I am telling you what kind of beam is this. This is a beam fixed at both ends, right? One moment is applying at the middle section, which is a part A from capital A and B from capital B. Distance is L by 2, L by 2. So what this is asking, fixed end moment FEMA and FEMB for the beam is what? C, M by 4. Okay, M by 4 will be the fixed end moment here. A beam is there, both ends fixed. One moment is applying at the middle section of the beam at half length. Then the fixed end moment will be at A and B. Will be what? M by 4. Generally, the actions in a grid member are axial force, shear force, and bending. Please remember, in the grid forces, in the grid member, what kind of forces are there? Axial force, shear force, and bending moment. You know the bending moment, you know the axial, you know the shear. Shear means this kind of force is shear. Okay, and what is axial? Like axle rotates. And what is bending moment? Like bends, the beam bends, hogging and sagging position, right? Next, If Z and I are the section modulus and moment of inertia of the section, the shear force F and the bending moment M at the section are related by F is equal to dm by dx. Please remember, F is equal to dm by dx. Next, a simply supported beam of span L plus 2A with equal overhangs A carries a uniformly distributed load over the whole length. The bending moment changes sign if L is equal to greater than 2A. Then bending moment will be changing the sign, otherwise. Next, for any structure when both ends have roller support, then the structure will be unstable. Next, the shear force diagram for the beam shown. What is beam? The pin joint at the both ends, 10 T load is applying at the 1 meter apart from the point A. Total length is 10 meter. So what kind of shear force diagram will be here? A rectangular diagram will be here, that is from A to B, right? From A to middle section, a rectangular one, right? Next question. The shear force diagram for a simply supported beam of span L, the length maximum bending moment in the beam will be what? A beam is there, span is L, and W is the shear force diagram is given, which is having W at both ends, and the middle section will remain on the line. So WA will be the maximum bending moment in this beam, right? Next, a simply supported beam of length L carries uniformly distributed load of W per unit length. Shear force diagram for this kind of beam will be what? At point A will be WL by 2, at point B will be minus WL by 2, both will be minus. It will inclined straight line, it will WL by 2 at point A and then inclinedly moving and reaching and making triangle at point B with the same magnitude WL by 2, right? This kind of a straight line is there, and this kind of bending shear force diagram will be here. Okay, next, a bending moment causing concavity upward will be taken as positive and called sagging bending moment. Please remember, a bending moment causing concavity upward will taken as positive and called sagging bending moment. A bending moment causing concavity downward is called negative and called hogging bending. Okay, next, a beam of length L plus 2A has supports L apart with an overhang A on each side. The beam carries a concentrated load W at each end. The shear force between two supports is given by 0. Okay, next question. A propped cantilever beam is propped at the free end. It is loaded with a uniformly distributed load of W per meter. How many points of contrafracture could be formed in this bending moment diagram? There will be one contrafracture. Please remember, I have told you the definition. There will be one contrafracture point in this situation, right? Cantilever beam of a span L is subjected to a moment P at its free end. The maximum bending induced at its spot will be P. Say, a single rolling load of 8T rolls along a girder of 15 meter apart. The absolute maximum bending moment will be what? 30 ton. How you will calculate? 8 into 15 by L upon 2 root 2 or WL by 4. By this way, WL by 4 you can get the answer. Okay, 30 ton per meter will be the answer here. The maximum shear force in a simply supported beam having uniformly distributed load on the entire span will be support. Okay, next, at the supports it will be. Next, in a propped cantilever beam ABC fixed at end A and propped at B, AB L is equal to L and overhanging BC will be L by 4. A point load P is applied at C will generate moment at A will that is will be PL by. Got it the point? I am again repeating. A propped cantilever beam ABC is there, fixed at end A and propped at B. AB is equal to length L, overhanging part BC is equal to L by 4. A point load P is applied at point C. It will generate moment at A in the intensity of PL by K. Okay. Next, static indeterminacy of a beam fixed at both the ends will be 3. Please remember, m plus r minus 2j you can calculate. Static indeterminacy of a beam fixed at both the ends will be 3. Directly they can ask question, or you can calculate by formula also, m plus r minus 2j. 2j joints are reactions and numbers. The fixed support in a beam becomes in the conjugate beam has free support. Okay. Next, the end moment of a beam of length L fixed at both ends and carrying a point load at midspan will be 0.125 WL. Please remember, end moment of a beam of length L fixed at both ends and carrying a point load at midspan will be 0.125 WL. Okay. So there is one last question regarding SFDM beam. We will be studying in the extended form in our strain structural analysis, but this is the main part, very important for RS, MSSB, JN exams. One last question is remaining. What are the bending moment at end A and B of uniform fixed beam AB when two concentrated loads act at L by 3 spans? One beam is there fixed at both the ends, and L by 3, L by 3, L by 3 spans are there. Two spans, L by 3 from A, L by 3 from B, 2 point load are acting WW. So what will be the bending moment at point A? This is asking. So bending moment at point will be 2 by 9 WL. Got it? 2 by 9 WL. Condition is what? Fixed at both the ends. W point load is acting L by 3 from A and L by 3 from B. Right? Total span is L. What will be the bending moment at point A and B? Okay, that will be 2 by 9 W. Got it? So this is I have completed around 100 plus questions of SFD and BMD. Probably 3 or 4 questions definitely come from these 100 questions. So please go through this lecture. Very interesting and important for you people. So this is what for maximum bending moment condition, dmx upon dx is equal to 0. This is kind of information we need to remember. Taking algebraic sum of moments equal to 0. By this way we can find 8 point at contraflexure. Bending moment changes if it's given from negative to positive or vice versa. So this is kind of things we need to remember. And one important question is also there, 46 question. One beam is there, both end fixed, UDL is applying WF, where at point A WL square by 12 bending moment, at the middle section it will be WL square by 24, at the point B it will be the same as WL square by 12. And another beam is cantilever fixed at one end, cantilever, and UDL is applying, so bending moment will be WL square by 2. What this is asking, the ratio of WF means both end fixed and WC cantilever beam is what? That will be 6. Please remember that. Directly they can ask this kind of question. Got it? Both end fixed and at the both the ends moment is applying in one at the one end anti-clockwise and the another end clockwise direction. R1 and R2 direction is there. So R1 and R2 is equal to WL by 2, M1 and M2 is equal to WL square by 12. Got it? So point of contraflexure you will find X is equal to 0.211 L. Got it? So by this way you can calculate, and both end fixed and W is applying at the middle section. So maximum moment will be WL square by 8 and position will be 0.125 WL. So like this I have completed maximum bending moment WL by 4. In question number 95 we have seen this kind of activity. A single rolling load of 8 T rolls along a girder of 15 meter span. The absolute maximum bending moment, how you will calculate? You will calculate by WL by 4. put W, L by 4, you will get the answer 30 T meter. Got it? So thank you so much guys for being here with me. Have a nice time and be alert for your exam.